Welcome, welcome. This is Suze of Sophia's Emporium. Let's rock and roll. I want to know where Claire was when the landfill was on fire. Can I ask that? I mean, is it legal to ask a simple question? Why media didn't cover the Manhattan dump catching on fire? I know it makes you have a headache. I'm sorry. Okay, here we go. Thank you, as always, to Iwa for allowing me to use her music. And this is called Zombie. Let's check it out a little closer. Welcome, my fine friend. How you doing? Isn't that nice? That EYWA, I never know how to pronounce it right. Ewa. She got a hold of me, believe it or not, and said, "Hey, Suze, I'd be honored if you use my song in your videos." And I was like, bless your heart, man. She's pretty cool. She's got a channel on YouTube, EWYA, and there'll only be 2 videos there. There's this one, which is her remake of Zombie, and then there's another one, and you ought to see it. It's wild. You should go there and check it out. And it's really cool. I think you'd like it. And if you have time to watch it, good. I sent you. Oh, got it. Got it. You know what? I went to bed like at 6:30 this morning. I know you know that. And I had a client at 10:30, but she's always fucking a half hour early, right? And I was crashed out on that biomat. It was so awesome. And then I heard the dog start barking. And I got up, and she's cool. I've known her 25 years. I see. You know what? They took my complete chat away. I know exactly what you're talking about. So you remember what happened last night with the minor hacking technicalities that I endure every day. But anyhow, I realized it today, man. It took me that long. But I was busy. Well, all my friends are gone. Like to the right on the Facebook page where everybody should, oops, didn't mean to, Chanter thinks my hand's shaky. This is on a bungee cord. All right, seriously, all my friends' names are gone. Now I can still access my messenger, but I don't know anything more at this time. I obviously don't know how to correct the issue, but you know how manifestation is. So you make your statement, I confirm spirit, you help me figure out what's going on, we speak it out into the multiverse, and of course, we get an answer back somehow, some way. Okay, welcome. Now, look, serious. We, we, I promised that I'd go over all those timestamps. Sometimes I play things too loud at night and it wakes the family up, and I'm full well aware of, cool. The footage from Spirituality and Politics is very intense. It's very loud. The energy is combative, but it must be documented. So here's my plan. I have a client in 9.5 hours, no big deal. I had a good nap today, and everything's good. So When I get done with my client tomorrow, when nobody's here, you know, Joe will be at work, Ian will be at school, I won't be offending anybody's spirit. I will do that documentation. But in the meantime, oh my goodness. All right, so let's have some fun. And we're going to keep it light, we're going to keep it loving. This is so cool. I can't, you know, it's miraculous. Like, I select the random things as you've been watching. And it's miraculous how well the footage fits. Do you see what I mean? And that can't be manufactured, manipulated, pre planned, stolen by a bunch of ding dongs or anything. Now, you know, it was a pre primary show. And so, poof, here this was staring me dead in the eye. And what I said is no, I do not consent to anti voting. And I put that in them little quotes with my, you know, I think I'm funny. So I kind of made up a word, right? I know other people have used this word. I'm not saying I own the daggum word, but I don't consent to anti voting. And I said, prove tomorrow it counts. And I also said, show us it's not rigged. And I'm from the show me state, so technically, somebody from the divided state actually does have the right to say show me. And I, you know, I'm cool with that. Okay. Now, I wish I would have isolated the exact time. Just give me a minute. Because the opening will be used somewhere else. Let me jump to here. Cliff says the exercise will clear that right up. And to realize, like, I oftentimes, I've been thinking about. And Daryl is not talking about the flippin' charlatan TRUMP stir. He's talking about they live. Right. Tag it. This issue of, I feel so bad. There's got to be like, there's just always got to be a first time viewer for every CW Chanter video. No, he's no, like, no number way. One, like, oh my God, cool, another Corey Good interview. No way. I like it when the hat sticks out over the computer. 45 minutes in. I want a bigger screen of entertainment. Bountyhead is wearing off, and I gotta tell you, so I'm coming to the stark realization. My artistic skills. Well, we'll talk about it. I don't think this guy CW Chanter likes Corey Good at all. Right, this was all a ruse, just to draw you guys out. What's going on? See what you're really about. You know what I mean? Or turn it down a little bit. Like, okay, cool, fine. Some CW Chanter talk shit about Kevin. Hey, Carrie. How you doing, sweetheart? I hope you're ready for more bullshit. You know, it's pre-night election. He's got a... I need a smoke. Be right back. He's running terrified from what happened last night. You ever been to my YouTube channel? If you ever get on YouTube, Carrie, go to Sophia's Emporium on YouTube. You'll laugh your ass off. We had so much fun last night. It was really cool. I know. Thumbs up, baby. Isn't that the truth? You know what somebody said to me today? They said, hey, you know, you should just get in and get an Uber car and go deliver packages. I said, you gotta be shitting me. I got skills, man. I got skills on all planes. You know what I mean? I'm down with OPP. And I don't really like shopping online. Look at all the hacking that goes on. And what about small business people? I mean, everybody forgot about us, girl. I'm glad you're still up and running. I might have to come beg someday to you. Better remember who loves you. I think I'm gonna be fine. We'll see. We got big disclosure. All sorts of action. But seriously, I'm really glad that you're surviving. And stay strong. But I remember back in the day, like saying like, you know what I like? What do you think is how you can see that hat, and doesn't it look 3D? Not necessarily never have to beg me. That's good to know. I've considered it. Not begging. Coming in and saying what I need. But I don't really know that I need it. And then I'd be kind of two-faced because I don't know where my life's going. I trained Carrie right out of beauty school. She came to work at the Hair Emporium. More than how's your hair look? And I love hair. You know this. I love hairdressing, but I think they're giving us a bad rap. That bugs me. He loves talking about when people die. Not that it matters, but it's really sad. He says he's been dead for like a year and a half, you know. Today could put on myself, like, what do you think you're going to do? Like, when it comes to we have a great group. Like, I know you do. Is gonna happen. I like how everybody meshes at your place. That could eventually get this guy in legal trouble. See, the truth is, I'd probably drive people nuts. I already know that. I can imagine that something could happen that could make one day I won't have to drive people nuts. It'd be great. Would be so scandalized from the community that they're just. You know, I wish that day was like today, but as usual, hairdressers don't just gossip. We got gospel truth. There we go. What do you think about that big fire at the nuclear waste dump, Westlake landfill, over the weekend that nobody talked about? I didn't get to read nothing. Dang. Classic, isn't it? People turn their faces from things they don't want to see. But you imagine that would have to come down to something like somebody, you know, getting piss me off. We should never have to pay a tax again up in here. Manhattan Project. I will do that. You know, I don't normally do that, but I will definitely do that. I will commit to that, absolutely. Hey, Carrie, believe it or not, let me tell you who these fools. Got it. I don't know. Bingo. If you've ever heard of David Wilcock. Now he's supposed to be the reincarnation of Edgar Casey. Don't believe it. And he plays rock band too, but he's just not that good, right? Well, anyhow, what happened? I'm gonna go get some tea. Was he'd been a flim flam man the whole time, and poof, the next thing you know, back in 2007, you know, he becomes the guy with the disclosure, right? And then, if you ever think about my maiden name, Glasscock, doesn't it sound like Wilcock? And why is there so many cocks online? We got Hancocks, we got Wilcocks, we got Glasscocks, we got all sorts of cocks. And then we got people that are confused what to do with their cocks. Like him. Pushing people to be G-A-Y. If, you know, just as a joke. Really? I don't think sexuality is funny. I want a great lover. Don't give me no flim-flam fucking bullshit. He runs a religion, if you're interested. It's called Commonwealth Chanting. He's an atheist. Great religion. Here's what you do, Carrie. You join his cult. C-U-L-T. And he gives you permission to open up your hair shop and have a Christian Science reading room with a little twist of Scientology to boot, right? And what you do, okay, this is how you save yourself. Ready? You pick out one sentence out of that book and you fucking repeat it over and over again. And you meditate on that one sentence. I mean, that's a great thing to start a tax-exempt religion on, isn't it? We've been reading one sentence since time began and meditating on it, crying about it, driving us nuts, whatever one sentence. It crammed us in the damn box to begin with. But he wants to be a cult leader, and he wanted to sacrifice me. Carrie, I'm the little orange pumpkin with no face. Oh yeah, I'm irrelevant. I don't have any online presence. That's kind of like telling me that I'm a shabby hairdresser. He don't even know. And look at how crooked his head is. And then somebody just runs a clipper guard on it. And they got Boofs on here telling him he looks sexy with his new haircut. Carrie, let me ask you something. Do you think he's sexy? I mean, think about it. Would you do him? Come on, give me an answer. Scary. Bingo. That's my girl. Scary at. Here, let me tell you who it's at. It's capital C, period, W, period. Last name Chanter, capital C, small Hanter. C.W. Chanter. He runs Twitter, you know. Oh, yeah. And guess what? He runs YouTube community, too. Hey. Isn't that amazing? Check out these glasses. They don't really look good on me. Yeah. But they're really cool. Let me give you the fashion thing for the night. Or the morning. Is that ready? He did like satanic. Now these are bamboo, eco-friendly. And that's really funny. Boogie boogie. You know, he started reading the Satanic Bible in high school. Now I'll tell you something about me that you probably never knew. Is when I was sure you did. Wait a second. I would have been 19. I forgot. I was in Moline Acres over at the Green Lantern Salon with my friend Carolyn Spencer. You might remember Carolyn. That was the first woman I ever worked with, a nice black woman. And I went in the ghetto. And they teased me about what was I doing hanging out there. The white people wanted me to get drunk. Did you already see this then? Hang on. Well, the black people inside the salon thought I was her. It's a rock concert. Isn't that cute? Now, that didn't work out very good. And you already know I was 21. Everybody plays rock band. You already knew. Anyhow. Nobody invited me to play rock band. What was I even talking about? I don't know. About Chanter running everything, right. Right. So, anyhow, the sacrifice. There, we're back. All right. So there was a psychic across the street from the Green Lantern Salon in Moline Acres. Here, let me turn cartoons on. Just for a minute. Just for a minute. Just go with me to the cartoons so we don't gotta look at his face while I tell you this story. It won't hurt too bad. Okay. She didn't want cartoons last night. I went over there, and there was a lot of velvet paintings of Jesus and, you know, Mary and the whole crew. Crosses everywhere, you know, which I've got crosses on my wall, you know. I mean, I'm not saying anything. I'm just giving you the visual so you can see it in your mind. And I got a reading, $10, right? And she said that these 3 witches had put a curse on me before my life began here. Sisters. And that she could remove it for me for $25. Oh. But she also needed me to bring a pair of jeans and some socks for her son. Now, you know I never went back. And you know I was cursed. I knew that I was cursed just from my childhood. I mean, just from almost being shot and, you know, being burned and living in that dark, ugly house, right? But this gal wants to tell me, you know, it cost me about, what, $45 in the end to get this curse removed? So, I know about the dark arts. I know about spell crafting. And that's why a lot of people talk about etymology now, which is the science of words and language. How things are spelled and what they really mean. So, some people just focus on that, the boogie boogie with the words, right? And then other people, you know, they like to do their boogie boogie with the tarot cards, or the Ouija board, and, you know, all the esoteric tools. But come to find out, believe it or not, your phone and your computer is a way more spiritual portal to all worlds than any of the shit we ever had to be afraid of. Isn't it crazy? It's fucking cuckoo. Alright, let's go back to cuckoo. Joe's yelling for me. I gotta go see what he wants. I don't know. I'll be back.
Right? You know,
Be right back.
there'll be no more fish in the pond to play with.
You want to play with a fish? I'm a Pisces. Tag it. You want to play with me? I don't think so. You better get your diaper on.
Interesting,
Right?
weird
Right.
reflections.
Right.
Moments in time before the midterm
Yeah.
election.
Oh, Carrie.
At this point, I'll
Carrie.
move the
He has a terrible problem with remembering what he says about people because he's
we'll get together.
bipolar. And I got no problems with that. God fixes all. Confirmation of spirit. We are in a divine intervention, and I'm not trying to sound preachy. I'm just telling you that all of this disclosure is coming forth on every level because we have a benevolent, divine creator. God for short. Some people think he's the devil. Other people know this entity is our true mother and father. That that's what I that's what I know to be true. So that's who holds my hand on the computer as people try to stab me in the back. Isn't that cute? It's great. And in the end, see, it's classic. Let me tell you what I accidentally. Oh, there's no accidents. Right. I know. Okay. Since I never signed a non-disclosure agreement with any government agency or any corporation, I'm free and legal to speak. See, otherwise I'd be gagged.
Gone through this.
I mean,
it's like any great, rock
Que sera,
party
sera.
or like Woodstock, comes to an end eventually. You know what I mean? Eventually, you know what I mean. The drugs wear off, and you
He
got
took too much acid too.
Vehicle and go home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What do they call that? Molly, right? Molly, raves. I don't know. I never been to one. What the fuck do I know?
How alike parties and protests are oftentimes, right? Peaks of energy, expansions, events that almost happen. Are they?
Okay.
No, they're not.
That's.
Tear gas. You know what I mean?
You already know that's who this is, don't you? For real? I think he means Antifa. I can't believe he has a following. Well, alright. How cool. How cool. We went over this in our evidence that we've been collecting over. I'd never seen it or heard it. Poof. There it was. Of all of the accounts on across the board on social media are not who you think they are. Now, some of them it's easy enough to steal their stuff. Just like saying that you're really somebody you're not, like they do at the voting polls. And Project Veritas has busted them. Oh, wait, I didn't see. You go in and say, hi, I'm Carrie Waggy, and I live at such and such address, but I forgot my driver's license because I'm a moron. They go, it's all right, go ahead and vote. You haven't voted yet. Now, they've been doing this for 2 fucking decades, easy. I will definitely keep that in mind. I totally know what you're saying. I get it. See, the vote's rigged. How cute. And they want chaos. And I love it. I don't vote because I can't wait for them to find out when they research my name that people have been voting in my name. Oh. And that's what they're figuring out with people. So, anyhow, back to it. 3,670 viewers of bullshit watching him. People love a train wreck. You already know this. Think about when there's a car crash on Lindbergh. Nobody's out there wanting to help the bleeding person. They all got their fucking live stream cameras on them. Taking pictures, looking, oogling, whatever. It's ridiculous. People love negativity. Think about in hairdressing. You do a great, you rock a color and cut. Well, your client will go out and probably tell 3 people, hey, Carrie's great. Now, let's say you fuck her hair up. I mean, drop it like it's hot with a flat iron, whatever. They'll tell 10 people. You know this about business already. So,
A lot of
and
people's
online
stock
antics.
accounts
Tag
are
it.
on Channelot's channel. A lot of people are bots on Channelot's channel. A lot of people just have YouTube
Tag Omar
videos
Corona.
on them. That's a lot in Channelot's group. So, in the end, you find out that this whole cruel infrastructure on every level is a bunch of fake people that aren't even real. Now, see, that's problematic because we've been having bots and sock accounts and fake fucks. They're the ones that make the polls. You know, when they tell you 67% want something? I've never been polled. And you know what? Not one jackass called me with any political questions this year. Well, why? Because they monitor me 24/7. There's no phone room that's going to call me and ask me to vote for Ike. You know what I mean? So, that's why he has all the people. Plus, they were running a hub of debauchery where they hacked people. So you can see how much fun that would be, right? A bunch of sad, depressed people just fucking shit up. Hey, Cliff Griffin, how you doing? Nice to have you here. Hope all's well with you and yours.
Friend from Lutheran
Gary
High
was
School
asking me
North.
how come such a shill could have a following on YouTube,
Military.
and we were talking about online security. And I know deep
There's
down you
good
know these things.
people in
And I know
every
you're an
group.
upright, decent man.
How
Who
dare
wants to
people
see these
group
things
people
come to an end.
and make prejudice a
So,
focus?
I think you're going to see some big things in the next
Piss
couple
me
weeks.
off.
We try to take the pressure off by watching cartoons. And this is supposed to be a pre-political conversation. And he's off on another tangent because they don't really like to say the truth about what they're talking about. Somebody might find it in a search. Isn't that something?
Contrived backgrounds and storyboards for real people.
Oh, real people, tag
Real
it.
people think.
Real people.
You know what I mean?
Here's the
20%
cleaning
not
action.
real
Love
people.
and meet people in concerts and
They've been
contact
compromised.
in the
Get
desert,
it.
you know what I mean?
Oh, jeez.
Yes. Yes, I am. And I've already done it, by the way.
You know what
So
I mean?
it's not trying.
Awkwardly naked at
It's
being an awkwardly
SUCCESS,
awkward
my friend.
workshop.
Yes.
Man, I think human potential would be, growth would be tough.
And you know what? He needs
But I didn't
rehabilitation.
know it would be this tough.
I'm talking about spiritual
I didn't know
rehabilitation. I'm not talking about a rubber room and some pills.
Nope.
He's had all the pills.
And
You know what I mean? Every one of them.
at this point,
He's done every rave.
my energy to
He's tried every kind of hard drug.
And I'll probably run out of time.
Oh, he's been sanctioned too. He's been sent to psychiatrists. So if you got nutso boingos that are angry and want to hurt people with big followings online, see how a war starts? And he wanted to fight me because I don't have any presence online. And he didn't believe about the other network. They see me globally. There's two-way video communications, Carrie. And then they have third-party experts analyze it. That's funny, isn't it? That's real reality entertainment TV. Oh, it's also me representing myself pro se in this messed up court from hell.
Just knock it out. Just knock out Kevin. We'll do Kevin in that. Let's do, the people don't know Kevin in that. Because he's been gone. It's one of these things. That's what I'm saying. Like a lot of these people, they're down, but they're not out. They come, get Kev out of the way, no politics. Yeah, forget the politics, right?
Look,
Okay. Kevin in.
it's not over
Kevin in that.
your head.
Okay. And the Kevin that's
You have too many other things going on in your life, which I'm not saying anything about. I'm just saying, when so many things are hitting you upside the head, and you're a sensitive person, and you are sensitive, and I know this.
I can't not talk about
Why would you want to mess with all these shady characters? They recruited me to do this job.
That's right. There you go.
You don't need to worry about this. Your buddy's got it. I work with about 100 people that find bad guys.
Because of the foul language, if you could. Oh, there you go. You know what I mean? We're because the channel's monetized now, we're trying to.
Oh, and he's monetized, Carrie.
Natasha.
He's a lawyer,
I welcome him.
an
Good to
ambulance
see him.
chaser,
We gotta get her ass
and has a monetized lunatic network. That's great, isn't it?
Crystal ASMR, another one. We gotta, what are we gonna do? We gotta make email contact, we gotta make
Look at
Skype
that mama
contact.
bear spanking that kid.
Plus,
Crystal
It was
asked him
just
while he
on the
was
news
here,
tonight that they
here,
want to make that
you know how the game works, right?
verboten.
He thinks Crystal
Tag it.
ASMR is his friend. They went in there to see how he was. I mean, why take my word for it? You ever go into live streams and just listen? Oh, it's interesting. Now, sometimes they call you a LARP for doing that, but you don't have to check in and say hi to me if you don't want. You don't want to talk to me, I mean, no big deal. You see what I mean? You're welcome to listen. But they don't like that. You're supposed to check in and let them know you're there. This is a public conversation. Public. And he asked his loser friends to share his videos. You know, they call it mirroring. That means get the word out to as many lunatics as you can. So I took him at his word. He asked me to share his videos. I just add to him. He doesn't like that. He likes to be the boss. He's the leader. He gets all the attention. And if any man can top him, he has put out the public on the airwaves
I don't care if it's a joke or
public
not.
invitation that he will suck their junk. You know what I'm talking about?
Our sexuality is not a
Between the
joke.
legs. His package. And it's supposed to be 44.4 inches long. Now let's reconsider if anybody wants to date him. Hang on a second. Let's look again.
I'm 5'3.5".
Come on. I want to see you. Okay, so let's go back to the idea
I
here.
see the networks here.
Now, if he has a 44.4
Tag it.
inch long schlong, isn't it dragging the ground when he walks? Where's he tape and tuck it? I like to ask questions. And I like to ask a lot of questions because I like to learn. So, I have him, his own self, stating that that's what he's working with. Now, him and his male friends get inebriated, and they all tell each other to suck mine, suck mine, suck mine. Well, I really don't see where that merits any time or attention, and he should not be broadcasting. And that's how I feel about it. And I know that he didn't want me to broadcast, but that's because they stole all my intellectual property.
Tag it.
So I get it, why he didn't want me to broadcast. But you know me. I really don't try to control anybody else. My focus is me. And I know that sounds selfish. I don't want to tell anybody else what to do. But damn it, don't tell me what to do. That's a lie. Who's he bonking? Cows? Bingo, tag it. Exactly. Now his wife does not like him doing this, girl.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And he will spend the entire rest of the night talking shit on folk. And it'll go on and on. And she has to call him. And she's upstairs. If that was my fucking dude, you know what I'd be doing. Tell me I can't come in my own fucking basement. And he's talked very rudely about her over the years. One day she got a package. You know, the mailman brought a package. Boy, was he pissed. He had to leave his live stream. Oh, boo-boo kitty, I'm sorry. Get the damn door. So, anyhow, they have twins. They're females. They're 6 years old. Now, the other day, him and his wife were amazed that these 6-year-olds found a back door to get around the parental controls on the electronic equipment that they had given the children. You with me so far? So he already knows about these back doors because he goes to the dark web. He likes video gaming and angry pornography.
Canada was famous
He
for
is
this.
not getting jiggy
Has its
with his woman
it's
with a
insane.
44-inch
It's
schlong
genocide.
that he can't romance because, you know,
It's
I don't care what you're packing.
it's true pro.
It really doesn't matter how big it is.
In Canada,
It's about
these things I guess they were called.
how you feel about the entity carrying that schlong. I mean, that's my own personal belief. So, um, I don't think he has a lot of sex. I think it's more of a power and control thing. You know, a lot of dudes look at women as a conquest. He's one of them dudes. In college, it was all about him getting blowjobs. You see what I mean? He doesn't talk about, oh man, I had the best sex with this gal for 4 hours. Oh no. You see what I'm saying? He's a 2-minute wonder. And then you wonder, why'd you do it, you know? I don't know why they did it.
Correct. That's right.
Um, both parents were
And
lawyers. He's very sarcastic. And we get into a lot of religion.
it's
He's
mean.
an atheist. So, you know, when he first attacked me was on spirituality and politics. That was a live stream he invited me on after I left.
And love should never,
And they didn't even know I was gone. You know me. You know how I
it should
work.
never
And I
be
get
a
my
war
essence
on
when I can.
someone's temple.
So, he's lied 3 lies about me. Oh, you want to know what they are? Let me tell you. I got them right here written down. You remember me. Hang on, let me turn on the light. Okay, so you see my writing. The first lie that he said is that he would not return my call after the show we did. Well, see, just like anybody else, I'll leave and they won't even know I'm gone. So, um, I didn't call him back, and I haven't talked to him since. Here's what he says: that you need to come on his show so he can debate you. I'm not going on his fucked up show. I got my own dadgum channel, and I'm not gonna share space with a debater that is a crooked lawyer. I mean, I always say it like this: they all got the same fleas. They all lay in the same bed, and I don't mean they're having an orgy. I mean they're of the same vibration, and they suck energy off of other people. These are called parasites, also known as energetic vampires. It's a real thing. I know you know that because you work with people. All right. Now, lie number 2, that I was let go from the Conscious Consumer Network. No, I wasn't. See, you pay to broadcast there. It's called a donation. Randy Moggins placed me in there to find
I
out
know that
what
you
entailed
know
this pedophilia
that
crap
I know
in
that
this international
from
terrorist
running
network.
a
Yeah, like
salon
somebody innocent that didn't know about
for
it.
30
That logic
years.
wouldn't work.
And
Okay, so
it's
these
fun
that run
if it's in the
the Conscious
proper
Consumer Network
context
are in hiding now.
and
All
all the
last year,
people
the law
feel
gone.
safe
They
with
let
it.
me off for $4,300.
It should never be
Yeah, I said
used
$4,300.
against someone.
$3,000 for a website that they destroyed. You know why they did it, Carrie?
Yeah.
They wanted that enzyme distributorship, didn't they? Tell me I'm wrong. They wanted to sell enzymes internationally. You get it? I know you do. So, anyhow, this Mel V, what a bleach blonde.
If you ever want any
The
enzymes
L'Oreal overseas.
instead of
They'd come
peroxide,
to
I
salons
got
like
you.
yours, and they'd say, hey, we're going to bring you into the new age, and we're going to supply you with all the L'Oreal you could ever choke on.
Right.
And then
I know. Me
they
too.
will merchandise your salon. So
Me
let's go
too.
back to the Pearl Vision.
I'm
where
passionate
we had
about my
11 layers
fun.
of retail. You remember all the freebies you get with your Paul Mitchell pack, or you know about all this. You buy into a line, and they give you a bunch of shit to decorate with. Okay, great. She full well admits that she knew these salons could not keep their quota. So they put it in, you sign a contract, and if you don't meet your quotas, so now you know about that, forcing your stylist to sell product, you know that game. And then
Mm-hmm.
telling you you're not good enough. And that's why they gray market products. Blow me sideways. So anyhow, you got Mel V coming out of L'Oreal corporate,
Oh, cool.
and then you got her husband, Biggie Boho.
Yeah.
I like to call him Blowhole. Real name Richard Vermees. He worked for Bradstreet and Dunn. And these people talk like they're conscious consumers and that they are exposing these things. Well, obviously they were shills. Nothing more.
Mm-hmm.
And
Right.
the whole CCM thing was a nightmare from hell. So $3,000 on a website. They publicly slandered me in an open letter and called me crazy. So see, this has all been about trying to make me crazy. And you know, if three people call you crazy, they can sanction you and give you the old psychiatric evaluation. Well, believe me, the higher ups know I'm completely SANE. Always have been, always will be. My story is fucked up, but my story is just a slice of everybody else's stories.
I come from a long line of
Manipulated
artists.
these things and done these things to hurt the family unit. And that's the truth. So, anyhow, the third lie he says, now hold on to your hat for this. He said that I said that he had sex with his cat. Oh no, that's not what I did. His cat was dying, and he didn't know his cat was blind. And his cat used to interfere with his live streams. This poor old cat looked like Mama Kitty, believe it or not. My old Mama Kitty. You know, that lived 20 years and came here to Ferguson. My gray and white big cat. Well,
Mm-hmm.
anyhow, he turned that cat around and exposed that cat's asshole to the screen. Because they're all about, like I told you, assholes and schlongs, remember? So he threw the cat down. Okay, so, alright, so you got a cat on your shoulder, and the butthole is facing your face.
Like you're playing laser cat.
You know how you shoo a cat down. It's not like you're throwing him down. You say, get off my fucking table, man. Get moving. Well, that's what he did to the cat. So about a month later, the cat died. Because the cat was old. It happens, you know. And the cat was his companion through college. So he had a midlife crisis, and he's 43 now. And this goes back to last year. 42 is what they call the angel years. 33 to 49, you confront your false ego and burn out the dross. That's an alchemical term for telling other people, you ordering them around and telling them this is what you want them to do, pretty much. You work on yourself. 33 to 49. 49 is a priesthood initiation year. So, oh, you should have just heard the peal of gunshots, Carrie. I'm saying they came from over by Wabash.
It's always hard,
Okay.
especially
Anyhow,
when you love,
um,
whether it's a person or an animal
I was on a roll.
or even a plant.
Alright.
I mean,
Gunshots.
I had
and
125
ambulances,
plants at the hair
fire trucks,
emporium at one
fucking
time,
nothing
so
but non-stop
it's
noise.
about loving life, I think. And
Really? But, you know, I
it's
like
tough
being on the
when
top
you're
of the
trying to
hill
hang
looking
on
at
to
the end
life,
and see it
you
coming.
know?
I don't want to be down in some dark. I did a bunch of gunshots, and I'm going to say it was over. It came from that way. What do you think? All right, between the church and AT&T, Carrie, right across the street from my house. How many gunshots do you think it was?
Some people never recover,
Yes.
and that's
Joe and I are in two different rooms.
why
I'm
the
facing
war,
north.
it's the fear of
Joe's
love,
facing south.
the fear of
Oh,
connection.
that's my butthole. Thank you. All right. So he had a nervous breakdown, right? I mean, like on his show about this cat. So you see, I've been confronting him about his actions, telling him to stop, drop, and roll when it comes to harassing me. He doesn't use my name because, as a lawyer, he knows legally he can try to get away with it. But he's telling all my stories. And he's twisting them up and he's shitting on them and calling me a C-U-N-T behind the scenes. And, I'm not going to tolerate that now. Especially by...
Me too. No wonder we're spiritual family.
Are you serious?
Right.
Anyhow, that's the 3 lies he told.
I know about
And
it.
if you go to my YouTube, or it's on my Facebook. I did this live stream last night, and they hack into me, so I can't do these things. But the network's always got me, so it's a very interesting show. And tonight, later on, when he's done cackling, I'll go live. And here again, you remember me, your buddy Suits. Okay, this is the timestamps. Everywhere I spoke on this crazy ass show that he lured me on called Spirituality and Politics. And I knew I was going in for the setup, but I also knew he was in bed and had the same fleas with CCN, Mel, Blowhole, and all these mean, angry guys that wear these long Jewish beards and don't like women. Dude, look at that shot. That's good. I like that. Okay. Well, anyhow, and I love men, but I don't love these kind of men. These aren't men.
Confirmation of spirit.
Well, they were at the donut
That's
shop.
beautiful.
And it's like I always tell people.
And you're beautiful. I mean,
12,
I can say
15
that.
times a day with all this shit. I just tell everybody they're going to the donut shop. What's he saying?
It's none other than who? Alfred Lambermont Weber. If people don't remember.
You want to talk about Alfred?
2016.
All right, go ahead.
Circa 2016.
2016, the year I'm in CCN exposing these people. Here we go.
Everybody to the gods of spontaneous jealousy and mental confusion.
Tag
If
it.
I'm lying, I'm dying.
Oh, you're not lying.
Randy Kramer under the bus. He threw Randy Kramer
No.
under the bus.
No.
He had this massive Facebook post that he since deleted.
Here he
That was
goes,
basically
gossiping like
I
a
no longer
girl.
believe Randy Kramer. I believe that Randy Kramer is a problem with drugs and alcohol. It was crazy. He was throwing people under the bus, left and
He's
right.
a
It
bus
was ridiculous.
ambulance
He
chaser,
threw,
get it?
who was the guy?
Let me get his hat right.
The guy who
Come on.
the
Bring your face up.
Ubatu thing in Africa, the white South African.
Oh, Carrie. Tag that to Mel V being thrown out of her home country of fucking South Africa. She was one of them boars. They're Dutch.
I agree.
And they were sent over on the ships. And they were the rich white farmers in Africa. You know what's going on in Africa? Tag it.
Imaginary church against crimes of church and state. And Alfred Lambermont Weber started talking to other people that were supposed to be involved in this, and they started comparing notes.
I'm here, Chanter.
They started comparing notes to each other and figuring out that this whole thing was a scam and nothing was going on. So Alfred Lambermont Weber went on a tear exposing Kevin Annette. And Kevin Annette went on the Conscious Consumer Network to be like,
Tag it. What did I say? Conscious Consumer Network.
On his own show to be like, what do you mean you don't know what the problem
This is a fucking gong
Alfred
show.
Lambermont Weber basically was going to interview all these people that were claimed by Kevin Annette to be the native authorities and the people that were going to be the justices of the peace.
Carrie, he's talking about sacrificial slaying of native indigenous people in Canada and talking about the trafficking and sex industry. And come to find out, these guys aren't as clean as what they were saying. Okay? And Kevin Annette is a dirty dog. Sorry.
Alfred used to appear on
Oh, Alfred Lamont Weber. I'm sure you want to know who he is. He's this dirty old man that runs this thing called the Basis Project. And they interview MK Ultra survivors and sex slave victims and, all sorts of things that are really going on. But they're mocking it and bringing fake scripts. Okay? That's bad. Real
Tag it.
bad. And here again, Alfred Lamont Weber tags back to CCN, Conscious Consumer Network, that ripped me off for $4,300. Oh, but hey, I'm the asshole. Because in this global community, Carrie, if you engage with people from overseas and they rip you off on the computer, well, see, it's your fault. How can you get rid of this guy? You're going to watch and find out, aren't you, my friend? Because the truth is marching on, and you better tag #1 international
It's
man in
classic.
the guy I play pitch and catch with.
This is eurythmy at its finest. I love Dr. Rudolph Steiner. You know, it's better than mystery plays. I mean,
I'm
it
waiting to
brings
find
all
out
the
too.
elements, you know?
I've invested 4.2 years of my life on this fucked up internet, and I want it cleaned up. When I signed contracts, by agreeing to be online, just being online, you sign it. Well, I
And
didn't
that's how they get away
now,
with
but
their
that's how they
scripts
sign on the
saying
internet.
somebody said something without a
So,
legal
we
signature.
found out all these lies.
How about that?
And I don't deal well with that because I came online to help people and talk to my friends. Alex Jones, InfoWars, tag it. He made mainstream, and you're gonna love this one, Carrie. Alright, so, the real truth may be behind the reason why Alfred Lamont Weber can no longer broadcast is because, wait,
just released that we now believe you should never spank your children.
they've gone fuck ass wild.
Remember the duck?
Yeah, they're all gonna pop off, right.
The election's
Yeah.
rigged, we're a bipartisan
Yes,
state. It means that no matter what you vote, they've already paid you
Right.
for a college.
Right, they already know who wins tomorrow. Bingo.
That's the big story.
Yes, good. Because I brought it
You
for
should spank
couple
your
weeks.
children.
Hey, Carrie, guess what?
I'm gonna tell you something. My kids are bad. They
Right.
need to get whooped.
But not with a belt, not with a knife. They need it with a hand, an open hand on their butt, and they need to sit in the corner. But we need to do this with the adults. Okay. How do we get rid of this guy? Oh yeah, right. Okay. So Carrie, it takes a minute, right? We're dealing with international bullshit on a level that you cannot wrap your head around, which is fine.
Or your hat.
Don't worry about that. In the meantime, this election tomorrow is going to be so dangerous and so rotten, and you need to be careful. You need to tell your clients and your friends to be careful because they want to set shit off. And I'm not trying to be dramatic. I'm just telling you what's really going on behind the scenes. They got troops at the border. They got barbed wire rolls going up. And they're going to do a tent city. And you know how easy those kids get separated from their parents. And the next thing you know, somebody's lost their damn kidney. These days, a human body is worth $500,000 if you part it from head to toe.
Piss me off.
I'm talking about every organ. I'm talking about things like hair, which is why I brought it up a few months back. And when I was growing up, our bodies were worth $1.98. So that shows you where inflation takes you. What the fuck is he saying?
Whatchamacallit, a press conference to deny the existence of, slave colonies on Mars, saying, I can't believe.
All right, Carrie. The point is not slave colony on Mars. We are all slaves. We are indentured servants. There was a lien put against the United States, by the Corporation of the United States, 1871. They own every one of us. So, we're trying to stop that, and we need people to wake up and deal with this. Because you don't know how bad it is, and it's okay. But we need to stop them. And when you do spiritual battle, truth and goodness will always win out over evil and lies. And this is a pivotal time in our world, in our humanity. So, spiritual battle 101.
Vehement always, again, one of these guys. It's all the Zionists, the Zionists, the
Zionist
Zionists.
tag
Right?
it,
When
Carrie.
you hear Zionist,
Religious
you
war.
hear, what's
You,
the other
you get it?
word that they use so they don't seem like anti-Jewish, racist bastards. What's the word I'm looking for? Kazarian, right? It's. We're not saying we hate the Jews.
Mm.
We love the Jews. I got a lot of Jewish friends.
Your dad's Jewish. That's why you don't get to count it. You only get to count if your mom's Jewish.
I'm trying to.
And that's why you're pissed.
Kazarian.
That's why you're pissed.
Right?
And that's why you're an atheist. You were raised by a Baptist mother and a man that denied God. And it's called Zanosh. Xenosh. So who's going to win tomorrow? Well, none of us are going to win. Unless they stop, drop, and roll. The algorithms are who and what decides it. So I'll tell you this, Carrie. The inside track all knew that somehow magically it was arranged that, everybody thought that somebody else was going to win the election in 2016 and remember you know who won. And remember, the number one international man of mystery was
Elvis
seen
Presley.
right behind you know who in every one of those camera shots during all those conventions. That's when I got recruited into the Presley mystery. Kind of like John F. Kennedy Jr. They keep saying that guy standing behind Trump at the rallies is John
With
F.
the
Kennedy
face
Jr.
like the chipmunk face. That was not his bone structure.
It's very delicate. It's very dangerous. And it's full of lies and deceits because they can manipulate images. And I've covered all these things.
Mm-hmm.
It's really tough. You might like my YouTube channel sometime. I'll tell you what, you turn that shit on at the hair shop, people would be fucking going
rolling.
You know what I mean? It's pretty good.
Mm.
And you know I'm honest, and fuck, I know there's no secrets. Look, he's reading the chat. Let's see. Okay, bringing up overview on Robert David Steele. Here you go.
Crimes of Church and State. And now look at this monkey. Check out Robert David Steele over here now.
See who's gonna win? Yeah.
Oh, did you know that Robert
We
David
already
Steele
talked about that.
is the biggest, most successful, most popular reviewer on Amazon?
I'll be back.
To him. So here, look at this. Chief Counsel Robert David Steele. Pedophilia summary. Meet the new game. The new game is Kevin Nett's gone with his little organization. So now there's the Judicial Commission of Inquiry into Human Trafficking and Child Sex Abuse. Completely unnecessary because in the United States of America and Britain and Spain and all of Russia and Cuba and everywhere else, child molestation and pedophilia is against the law. So there's duly represented courts designed to, and systems of government and jurisprudence designed to address these issues. You don't need jackasses like Robert David Steele, CIA, military intelligence, whatever. Thank you for your service. You don't need him putting on judicial robes and appearing at these tone-deaf, ridiculous organizations where they take great testimony from people, super geniuses of the millennium, like Fiona Barnett, ITN commissioners, presiding judge.
He's twisting it. Here we go.
You guys see this? Hold on.
Be careful, Chanter. You suck. Be careful.
How am I doing?
Bad. Poorly.
Now bear in mind when it comes to the state of Israel, okay,
Which is really Scotland, unfortunately. And this is really Babylon, so tag it.
TJ, Georgie, Porgy, am I wrong on this one? You go ahead and tell me how I'm wrong on this one. But be aware that these are very sophisticated issues. We're talking extemporaneously about these things. You're not going to be able to give a Wikipedia's worth of information regarding
Wikipedia is not to be trusted.
and nations. And and
He
politics
researches
Let
on
me
it.
see.
intersections. And this happens all the time. I say one thing about
Send your
9/11,
husband my
I
love
say one thing
and
about
my
Zionism, I
respect.
say one thing
And
about
y'all have a good
the
night.
Cathar theory, or no, I'm sorry, the Khazarian theory
This was
of the
cell
origin
food,
of
by the
Ashkenazi
way.
Jews. And people go,
It's
well,
a
you're wrong, because
supplement,
this,
the
this, that,
world's
the other
number
thing. So I
one
never addressed
oxygen and
those issues.
nutrient supplement since 1969.
I've always identified Israel as an apartheid state. I've always been an advocate of a two-state solution, and I've always pointed out problems, and I've always pointed out the following issues with the state of Israel and its governing body and its politicians and its politics must be separated out from a blanket judgment upon a people. Imagine if you, as a United States citizen,
All right. Okay, so I get this at the health food store. It's called Cell Food. Now, they also have a skin treatment. It's not a moisturizer. It's food for your skin, just like this is food for your body. This bottle is 1 fluid ounce. It's yeast and gluten free. It's vegan, whatever. Um, the company's name is New Science, one word, capital N, capital S, and it's a corporation, no doubt. Phone number is 1 800 749 9196. The print's pretty small. Let me do the number again. 1 800 749 9196. It's www.luminahealth.com, luminahealth.com. It's available through Lumina Health Products. A serving size is 8 drops. There's 90 servings in the container. It's a proprietary blend. Deuterium sulfate, ionic trace mineral blend, trace enzyme blend, and trace amino acid blend. The other ingredient is purified water. Hey, fortunately, you know, it was weird. Um, Chanter was talking tonight about somebody going down because it's really, you know, dangerous to speak about health care, you know, anything to do with your health. Oh, the dude got some stuff taken down. Was that Chanter? It didn't sound like his subject. Maybe it wasn't Chanter, but I thought it was. Got some shit pulled down related to his findings on cancer. I'm gonna say it was. We'll see. Anyhow, since I do not have any licensing in anything medical, and since I'm just, you know, someone making recommendations, oh, it's not dangerous for me to share with my friends what my personal regime is. I love homeopathy, castor oil packs, Bach flower essence, and cell food. So, if you get this, you want to start out, I'd say more like 6 drops because your body will go through a cleansing, a mild cleansing. I mean, nothing like what acidophilus or a colon, like a colon cleanse pill, nothing like that. The toxins are going to start flying out of the sweat glands, is more like it. So, always make sure to shake it up because trace metal or minerals kind of fall to the bottom of the bottle, so you always want to make sure it's shook up. Excellent product. Families used it for years. All right, on with the show.
Had to listen to people talking about the thing about Americans was Americans. Did you know that Americans they believe in slavery?
We're slaves.
Yeah, and they didn't give
Fucking jackass.
Americans didn't give the women the right to vote until da 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 da. Like the
About that.
way.
I don't want to argue with all that. Hey, have you ever checked out the Bach flower essence? Because I'll tell you the truth, and I've spoke about it publicly. I'm surely not embarrassed. Um, my little helper I used to dig was a Valium. Because as an A blood type, I internalize my stress. I have a lot of adrenaline and cortisol. So, since I was married to Dopey the Turnip, the way I got through my day off with my ex was I took a Valium in the morning. And you know Mary Jane's my friend. But here's where the problem was, Raksha. Or Mr. Elephant, or whatever you want to be called, man. It doesn't even matter. You get what I'm saying. So here was my problem, okay? My husband, or my ex-husband, that guy that I went to dinner with, ugh, for like 19 years, right? Well, it was all about having a cocktail with dinner. And, I didn't feel high from the Valium. And so, of course, I said, hey, I can have a cocktail at dinner. And it took less than a month that I put that down because, I never did do hard drugs, but I'm the bad guy because Mary Jane's my friend, right? They can blow me sideways. But in the meantime, I knew that I was doing the same thing that all the people that lost their life to what everybody's suffering with. It's always now this is just my opinion here again, no different than self food. My opinion is that everybody back in the day knew that they couldn't combine the pills with the alcohol. But if you look at the 60s, it was vogue for a pregnant woman to walk around in 4-inch heels and have a cocktail and taking her pill. People don't remember that because they don't want to remember or think about it. So I get the denial. When I quit drinking 14 years ago, I had people quit being my friend because they couldn't figure out why I quit drinking alcohol and eating red meat. Well, that was when I started living for my blood type. And here's what happened. So it was 2005, and I was doing wellness seminars at the Hair Emporium, and people were coming in from all over the place. And this girl that worked with me, she never had money, but boy, she had those Valium, didn't she? Friends like that. So she used to sometimes supplement her rent payment, with a few little pills, right? Well, I knew, just like my whole life I've known, that if I did that wellness seminar and I was chilling out with my Valium, that I was a liar. And that's what broke it, just like that. I was already using Bach flower essence, but I thought, you know what? Mean what you say and say what you mean. So, Bach flower essence, emotional and physical alleviation of suffering, can be taken internally, and all this stuff doesn't interfere with meds, so you don't even have to worry. And what's really cool, and I think that you and your man will dig, is I'll turn you on to the body maps. So you'll use your purified, blessed water with a couple drops of the appropriate Bach essence and put it topically upon your skin. So, for example, Star of Bethlehem is for shock, grief, and fright. Like right after a car accident, you're tripped out. Okay, so internally, Star of Bethlehem in your water, pulse points under your tongue. It doesn't matter how you take it, it's the vibrational essence of the flower. Nobody's gonna OD, no big deal. It is the go-to in the Bach fluorescent line, just like Fair Foss and homeopathy and tissue salts. So, if you're using it externally on the body and we're healing, right? Every scar that we carry, literal or figurative, is a kink in our armor. It's a disadvantage. So, Star of Bethlehem is used to treat scars. What's the first scar we ever get? And we were talking earlier about the attack in the womb, right? Here's your first scar, is when you're separated and cut off from your life source. So, you take a cotton ball, and you've got your Star of Bethlehem water, and you all lay down together. And you put that wet cotton ball, make it fit the size of the belly button, right? But anyhow, you put that in your belly button, on your belly button, and at the same time, oh, and please use organic cotton pluglets. I'm a diva. I mean, you know, I'm very specific in all the materials you need to do to make it proper. You don't want bleached cotton when you're trying to heal scars and wounds. Right. So, it's in your belly button, and then you take an organic round pluglet, like for makeup removal. And if you get the organic ones from Walgreens and you soak them in the water, because I do that with waxing, is you can separate that cotton pluglet into 5 different layers. And then you only need to use one pluglet for both of you. It's very possible, and I'm not trying to be a tight ass. I'm just talking about incorporating this into your life and anybody that needs help. So we're looking at cheap, effective, safe healing that first does no harm. So you might have enough left over to do your belly button, but do what you will. Bach flower essence. 2 seconds. So, here's one right here. These are $18.99. and it's point it's 0.78 ounces. So a lot of people feel like they're getting ripped off. They're very expensive to acquire the entire collection. You can only imagine, right? But you only need 2 drops in 4 ounces of water. I'm excessive, so um, I don't get pissy about it. Um, if someone needs healing, or say our dog deals with psoriasis, Mr. Wrinkles, well, if I'm going to make up enough water to work with his skin, I'm not going to be dividing the ounces and into, whatever. Kind of like homeopathy. If you're doing a poultice, who gives a shit if it's $8.99 a bottle for 500 little white, melties, and we're going to make a poultice to heal someone's wound? Hey, one more thing before we get off the phone. And I know you're going to crack up, but I'm serious. So, I know you care about people. And I know that you'd be the kind of guy that'd be dressing somebody's wound. So, as stupid as this sounds, when you're at the health food store, look and see if they have a box of the smallest tampons you can find. And I'm not even being a smartass. Here's the story. If somebody gets jabbed with a knife, or you got to tend to a bullet wound, you know what you're using that tampon for. You're just plugging up a wound, right? So you got your organic tampon, and of course, anything dry attacking a hole isn't very not nice. So if you had castor oil, it would be perfect to lubricate the tampon with the castor oil. The person's already in pain. You just want to plug up the hole, right? You could also do it with the Bach flower essence. You get what I'm saying? That's the end of that tonight. I'm going to get back to playing this video. See you later on today. Love you.
The vote don't count.
And Americans do this. And did you know that Americans like him, Americans like him, they keep 3 million people in prison.
Yeah, they do.
It's ridiculous.
You-
It's
No, for real.
when Benjamin Fulford
This is the real story. And they go, no, it's not.
talk about Zionists,
Yes, it is.
as if
No.
they couldn't just as easily talk about specific politicians, specific governments, and specific governmental policies. You're smoking Trump brand crack. What's wrong with being a nationalist?
Tell you from a fucking Molly abuser.
You
Not
too.
problem with the state of Israel. Identify that problem with the policies of the state of Israel. No reason to say Zionist. No reason to say, because we know what that means, and no reason to say Khazarian, because we know what that means, and no reason to say Jew, because you know who that is and who that are. I'm half Jewish and half
Gary,
Puerto Rican.
watch
Is that
this.
what you will? I had a bar mitzvah.
Sure you did. But it didn't count. I see why you're pissed.
On international website. Guess what? It's official.
You ready,
Even as a
Carrie?
Jew,
Watch this shit.
an ethnic Jew, I can identify the state of Israel as an apartheid state. So don't worry about getting involved in this political
You
discussion.
ready, Carrie? Look at the war. You ready now?
The words, here's DJ Georgie Porgy, the word Zionist at least creates a division between Jews and the evil elite. Here's a better way to create a division between the Jews and the evil elite. Why not just talk about the policies of the state of Israel? Why not just talk about
See it?
Benjamin
See
Netanyahu?
the screen?
Why not just talk about Ariel Sharon?
Read the words.
You've got no problem. No one has any problem.
These are
using
fucking
any
fighting
other
words.
state or country.
If across the globe, Carrie, they mislabeled the map, there's way much more land than what they let on to. This is what they're going to war over. And guess who is Scottish? Your redheaded buddy. Yeah, she's one of the original clans in the Highlander families. You know how much that piss off somebody that can't claim their Jewishness because their mom's a goy? It's kind of like back when a Catholic wasn't allowed to marry another Christian. Because remember, the Catholics said that anybody else didn't have it right. And I'm not blaming that on anything other than us being lied to. I'll keep it short and simple and sweet. You can't have any dogma if you want to be spiritual. So you see the rebuilding of the temple stuff? This is very dangerous, all of this. Because if you are not what they call discerning instead of judgmental, well, you'll find yourself in a war. And Chanter's upset because he really believes that 9/11 was a terrorist attack that was plotted outside of this country. Most people know that it was an inside job. So he's really hurt. He was in college getting head when 9/11 happened. And so supposedly when we suffered 9/11, that's when our light bodies started to really develop to that next level. So that, like when I saw the 9/11 thing and the planes hit, I could tell that footage wasn't real looking at it that day. The glitches, the bullshit, the angles, none of it made sense. So he's still pissed off about that because he can't believe that he got snowed. It's really about ego. Because, you know, he went to college. He's a genius. He's a lawyer. He makes the law. Well, then if you find out he's full of shit, what the hell? Oops.
Yeah. It's really interesting. Sarah Westall has also had on her channel multiple times Catherine Austin Fitz. I believe Sarah Westall has also had Dark Journalist on her channel. She's also had Joseph Farrell. And I'm not trying to say that everybody's guilt by association, but I am trying to point out how...
They're currently trying to heat my phone up to shut me down. The phone is getting hot. I gotta get a fan on it or something. Be right back.
I don't know
No, you don't
if
know.
Catherine Austin Fitz,
You don't know nothing.
when she accepts an invitation to go on Sarah Westall's
Zipping
channel,
up.
knows and understands that prior to her appearance was an appearance by the guy, was it Adam Schwartz or whatever, ironically, or Adam Green from No More News, a vehement anti-Zionist, pick your terminology. It's not beef with these individuals. Faculty Master SFCW Chanter, what's your beef? I'm assuming it means with DJ Farrell and Fitz. It's not a beef with them. It's an inquiry. It's to say that I am not trying to resolve the issue if there should be guilt by association or if people should be damned by the company that they keep. I'm not the final arbiter of
That's
justice.
called a witch hunt, Carrie.
I'm not the king of the world. But what I am asking
Tag it. King of the whole wide world.
people think about
Number
the places
one.
that they go to speak and who they're supporting and who they might be supporting by association. It's a question, not an answer. And it's not intended to be a loaded question.
Yes, it is. Tag it.
It's not intended to assume the answer.
Hey.
There's no beef.
Okay. I hear you.
Certainly no
I'm
beef.
gonna be laying down on the
It's
couch right
just
behind the
Hi,
chair.
Sean. How you doing, sweetheart?
and to know how close people
Pre-election
fly.
talk from a shady
It's
lawyer. You
a
gotta love
very
that.
compromised
I like
form
that.
of association.
Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that for the win. Let's see. Ooh, perfect. How's that for some art?
Here's something very interesting. David PBC event says, I put Adam Green on her show, CW. Fascinating. Well, this is a conversation that we could have.
Let's see if I can turn down the lights.
This is a conversation that people could have.
Oh,
But you
yeah.
run the community. Nobody
And it
wants to
says
talk
Adam
to
Green
you.
is on the show list.
I gotta get some
BBC
tea,
event says
y'all.
Adam
I'm
Green is
feeling
on
parched.
disinfoagents.com.btw. Big mistake. To have her on the show, or to have him on her show, or for me to mention him in association with an anti-Zionist agenda. You'd have to help me out. The live chat is getting more and more interesting every day.
Yes, it is.
Gotta says hello from Cyprus. Good morning. Good morning to you. Lady Zaga, what about the First Amendment? What about the First Amendment? To have him on the show. Okay, it's a mistake to have him on the show. What about the First Amendment? Listen, check this out. I believe in the First Amendment. I believe that anybody has the right to say what they want to say without doing violence or violence onto other people, right? That's fine. But check this out. If I go to a party and someone starts spewing vehement, racist, or anti-woman or misogynistic rhetoric,
Oh,
right? If someone starts
nice.
saying things like, the problem with black people is, you know what I do? Despite the fact that I believe in the First Amendment, I exercise my freedom of association and I leave the room. You understand me, Lady Zaga? It's not a statement against the First Amendment. It's not a statement against freedom of speech to suggest that there's certain people that, while they exercise their First Amendment, you
Hey,
wouldn't
hey,
want to be
hey.
associated with them. Adam would never come clean on Alex Jones Stratford Global Intel emails.
Mm-mm.
Complicated. And do me a favor, folks. Remember this. Remember this. Number one, there's no requirement that we all think the same things down the party line. I don't know what happens to people. I don't know. It's this thing, and it's going to get into the politics a little.
No, it's not.
Okay, but these folks are public figures.
Here's what's gonna
Okay.
happen. I'm gonna tell a story.
There's something that happens with the internet. There's something that's happening.
It really pisses him off that he doesn't know how I do what I do.
Continuously associate with a kind of down the line checklist where everybody has to maintain a kind of policy purity with us down the line for us to be, to accept these things. I have a particular view about these things. I'm not saying that I'm right. And maybe I'm importing too much, Lady Zaga, to your question about the First Amendment. First Amendment protects hate speech. Yes, absolutely. But like I
You're
said,
guilty of
I
that,
hope I'm making
counselor.
the distinction clear between that which I think is defensible under the First Amendment and that which I will choose to listen to myself. So, for example, when I'm walking down the street, you know about the Black Hebrews, right? Or the Black Israelites, or call them however you want to. They'll be saying terrible things about Jews, about white people, about whatever. And some people walking by them will start to debate them and get into an argument with them. And occasionally, if I've got nothing better to do,
He
I'll do the
jacks off
same.
to
And
it.
then sometimes I
Right.
just choose to
Tag it.
walk on by because I don't want to hear that BS. Not saying that I want them to shut up. Not saying that I want the cops to kick them off the public space. Not saying that I don't want the street corner preacher to do this, to
Get
do
it?
that, or to do the other thing. Just saying that I don't want to be alone. And saying that in the limited space of a program like the Sarah Westall show, okay, if I knew, if I knew that a particular, and Sarah Westall, here's the other thing, maybe I'm not making this clear enough.
We never do.
Let's see.
The local 12 o'clock news,
Get that
okay?
adjusted.
Where they have this
Come
person
on.
speak, that person speak, they cover this story, they cover that story,
There we go.
right?
Not so good. Okay.
That's an objective place where
There.
many people go, and it would never occur to me to say to the anchor of the news
That's nice.
program, or to say to the journalist who wrote a piece about the Proud Boys, how are you going to write a piece about the Proud Boys? How are you going to cover this incident at the convention, or whatever?
Whatever.
But if you go to a place like Alex Jones's InfoWars, or if you're looking at a programmer like Sarah Westall, who's gotten bizarrely political in her show, in my estimation, I don't agree with
But your
Sarah Westall's
estimation
politics.
sucks.
She says things like, you know, the thing about Democrats is they're this, they're this, they're this. It's just this pure QAnon Trumpism that came out of nowhere. To the
There we
best
go.
of my
Crystal
knowledge and
ball.
understanding, Sarah Westall was, do you want to know about networking? I can help you talk about networking and maximizing your
Crystal
internet
ball.
productivity,
Give it to,
managing
oh,
time,
look.
human
There's the
resources,
crystal ball.
natural resources,
Nice.
in a holistic environment designed to maximize your flow production of mirth, you know? And then lately, when the whole Trump thing, just like Stephen Molyneux, when Trump came and
There, my fine friend.
when Trump was in
Welcome
power,
to the
that's where everybody
festivities.
went. Those were the eyeballs were, and that's where the hits came from.
You should see what I did last
Found
night.
that edge. She's a marketing person.
Hey,
She's a networking
Bear,
person. Always looking
my
for
fine
the
friend.
truth. Now,
Wait till you see what I do tonight when I go live on YouTube.
journalism,
Boy, it's gonna be
get out of
fun.
here.
I
She's
love
looking for
catching
that edge.
liars and
She thinks
fake
she found
fucks,
that edge in
dangerous
TV.
people. It's supposed to be a pre-election night talk,
The most
and he's like a girl gossiping at the fucking hair shop, right?
You talk about his miraculously
Glad to see you.
nonsense. This is ridiculous.
But
And what's so funny
you're at a
is
rock
he mistakes to
concert.
associate with people like Robert David Steele and like Kevin Annette. It's a freak show.
You're a freak show.
And Liz Crokin. Liz Crokin is a
Talk
freak
about
show.
everybody.
It's a freak show.
Dadgum.
I'm not
It's like
saying
a
that
soap
there are
opera.
people who have a legitimate reason to associate with and to believe in conservative causes, to be vote Republican, to be a member of the Federalist Society, to have a laissez-faire or attitude towards socioeconomic
I do not
goals,
consent to
to be
vote.
socially conservative
I
and
refuse.
fiscally conservative, to vote their
Roll me
conscience,
sideways.
whatever.
Rock on.
You're allowed to have a different political opinion than me.
Thank you.
But that doesn't mean that there's not weirdos on the
Oh,
left. And absolute
I should
weirdos
tell
on
you
the right.
guys, he's one of them, like, you know, the Me Too movement. He grabbed my boob. I think he's talking about he grabs his own boob, but you get what I'm saying. He's part of a venue that's associated with SORROS. Deep down,
Except for you, are always these right-wing QAnon fringe figures.
drag somebody else
Some of
in.
the
Let's
people who
go.
I respect, like Joseph P. Farrell, that I respect.
Isn't that nice he respects somebody?
That
That's
I,
because he says anybody that's
sometimes
better than him, he'll suck their dick. Maybe
like
he
Dark
wants to get with them. What do I know?
So what I do with Dark Journalists with Daniel is on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Here's the TV guide for the week.
And alternating Saturdays and Sundays, I now like Dark Journalists. And on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I cover my bases and just point out the fact that a lot of the things he says is nuts. Whatever, it is what it is. It is what it is.
And you are what you are.
But I just wish that some of these people wouldn't just be so hungry for another place to speak on. And would just actually think about what they're associating with and what they're by default supporting. Because Sarah Westall is in the bell jar for QAnon and Trump, saying things like, you know, it just seems like if you're a woman, you definitely want to vote Republican. And I don't know why anyone would want to vote. I say I can understand why women would vote for Trump. Some people like
I would
political
love
people
that.
for a variety of different reasons.
Whenever you're ready, my
That's
fine
not
friend.
what I'm saying. What I'm saying is it never occurs to me to say that all Republicans are idiots
Right.
and all Democrats are geniuses.
Perfect.
Or to go
Love
even
it.
further than that, and like Liz
Because I've
Crokin
had
just said
some
today, Liz Crokin has a
breakthroughs with my
video
own situation
and a
on
Twitter
that.
post that says,
Hey, shut up when you're talking to me, Chanter. Seriously. I would feel very comfortable being with a spiritual family member like you to discuss my new proof that I want to bring forward. And I think we can have a lot of fun with it. And I won't say anything else because we won't plan anything, but I just want to let you know that I'm fine with everything I'm learning. And I always love it when you can connect it back to a living person and maybe pop in and surprise that person that did that terrible thing to you. So, call me whenever you want. And I get why everybody's on the down low, low down, hanging out, chill, because I know what's up. It's all gonna be fine.
Patriot, no, she just had it. What was it? Vote for, come on. Why are you hiding from me? 2 hours ago, she tweeted
Because you're
something.
blind. Deaf and dumb.
Yada yada.
I know. It's a bunch of yada yada.
Oh, first of all, Q confirms John and Toby Podesta have a sealed indictment. Okay, so when that doesn't happen, are we going to say finally admit that Q isn't real? Okay, here we go. Liz, these people are
Hey,
sick. Liz,
Bear.
who, by the way, in case you see,
Fucking Chantelot is terrified that he's gonna be brought in. And that's fun.
vote red, Republican down the line, or vote for Democrat.
And what kind of idiot votes down the line? Oh, a lazy one. Dee 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 dee.
To which I say, absolutely, absolutely. As a blue wave progressive, I want to urge all of you with undecided voters in your life
Love
to
you, Carrie.
absolutely show them.
Have a
Liz Crokin's
peaceful,
These
blessed
People Are Sick
sleep.
video.
And I hate to tell you, when you're sleeping, you're not sleeping. So if you want, maybe you find yourself in a healing temple, take advantage of it. Whatever
Basic intelligence, the American voter. Go ahead.
you're taken care of and loved by your entire family. Sleep well.
I gotta see the show list.
You're on it.
I gotta have David PBC. and that's
Do-do-do-do.
David PBC. What part should they see the CW Chanter channel? I'm very curious.
I'll be reading the comments from this live stream later. Right now, I'm just chilling.
Thank you, Deborah. Thank you. Thank you. And isn't it crazy? Isn't it crazy? There you go. Oh, wonderful. There you go. I like you too because you like me. Isn't that crazy? Here it goes. No matter what you do, if you're Alex Jones, if you're the dude from No More News, if you're Jordan Saylor, if you're CW Chanter, if you're Kevin Annette,
Do you hear the,
if you're Alfred
do you hear the
Lamar,
beat real quiet?
if you're Carrie
I like
Cassidy,
this beat.
if you're Carrie Cassidy's vagina, right? Someone out there is going to put you on the show list.
What about Carrie Cassidy's
Right? Ain't that the
vagina?
way? Ain't
Inquiring
that
minds want to
the
know.
way?
What are you
Ain't
saying
that
about her
always
box?
the way? Ain't that going to happen? Now, here's what's so crazy about this, is that if that guy's this info, what's info? I mean, I can't tell anymore. I mean, it's just, you know what I mean? It's the truth.
I know, you poor
T
fool.
minus 11 minutes. Up.
I'm the
Thank
truth,
you, Breach
you
1, 2,
fucking
3.
moron.
Keeping me on the straight and narrow.
I told
So
you
I
to
don't
quit
know. When it
harassing
comes to
me.
politics, here's what I want. I keep
2
on
years
coming back,
ago.
and it's not to placate, and it's not to play games. It's the honest to God truth.
Oh, the atheist says.
That
That's funny
when
shit.
we were talking about when I put the pre-election stuff on, the politics stuff on, one thing I wanted to talk about, and I think maybe it's best that I only have 10 minutes to address it.
That's only 10 feet of rope.
If it's natural or unnatural that we've gotten to this point where we can't understand ourselves as being of different political persuasions.
Politics is bullshit.
Progressive or whatever.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Or whatever.
Pardon me. I know you're in the middle of your rant.
Seeking to achieve the same goals, but only disagreeing
We're fucking
on how
silly
those
tonight.
goals are to be achieved.
I need a horoscope.
Whether it's
Mars and
providing
Pisces.
more money over
Anything
here,
for
or
love.
whether
Tag
it's
it.
identifying
Okay.
that this causes this social ill, or that this social ill must be prioritized over this.
And what does Kevin and Ned have to do with an election? What's he running for? Trash man? I mean, what?
We can only see each other as less than human, right?
Oh no, we're more than human, fool. Tag it.
MAGA hat means retard. Rainbow pen means
Coded message time, kids.
cuck homo communist shit.
From the guy that runs the community. Hi, Captain.
Jake's job is to find those that hate Jews.
That's fighting words, silly. As you smile.
I'm just reading off from the live chat. Very, very clear on that. Is CO stand for covert operative?
Stands for Colorado. No, just kidding. Just trying to lighten things up.
So interesting. That would be so interesting. Makes perfect sense, actually, I gotta be totally honest. But anyway, so, yeah, very interesting, very interesting. Very interesting.
Not
very
really.
Interesting.
But you know, because you're flying.
Controlled opposition. David, PBC events, you know what you should do is you should reach out to me and send me an email. Would you, do you do appearances? Would you be interested in being interviewed on the show? It sounds like you have information. I'd like to at least talk to you once off.
Somebody's setting them up. This is fun.
What it's about. And it could be a private conversation that just informs me about the machinations and the workings of the world. Or it could be an onset into a longer term conversation. So c.w.chanter.
Tag it.
Oh, make a connection. Meanwhile, it'll be like, how did C.W. Chanter get accused of being controlled opposition? Oh, we ever hear about this guy, David PBC events? What he does is he finds young he finds up and coming like YouTube broadcasters. He reaches out to them, makes them think that he can do something for them. And then he puts them on Sarah Westall's program, and then he turns around and calls it controlled opposition. It's his thing. It's his thing, and we don't know what motivates him. It's some sort of weirdness, you know what I mean?
I do, but you don't.
Well, here's the thing. If he's controlled opposition or anything, I try to stay under the radar. That's like you just gave me the number for the FBI.
Let me go get my new sunglasses.
You know
Hang
what I
on.
mean? I'm not going to call his brother. You know what I mean? For some reason, my Jurican ass thinks that he's not going to exactly want to talk to me. There you go. Crazy, interesting stuff. Anyway, so the point being that the thing about politics, we gotta go soon. The thing about politics is this:
Where
that
you
I
going?
just wish that people could
Where
go
you
back
going,
to.
Skippy?
It went from.
Check these
It
things
went
out.
from
Ready? These are bamboo.
differences of opinion, conversations getting more and more heated, being amplified. Here's my theory. Here's my theory. Through the initial amplification device of the 24-hour news cycle to the turning of news media, whether it's TV or print coverage, into a mass market entertainment product, onto the social media machine of Facebook and Twitter and YouTube.
You should have used it properly.
In an unnatural way, these political differences between people got exacerbated, and people became, even though this technology
I don't really like these glasses,
makes
like how they look.
interconnection between various
They
people
feel
so
really
much
good.
easier. There's
See,
something about
when they
the
open up like that,
two-dimensionality
it's pretty fucking cool.
of the communication. The black and white against white
I like
text
'em.
background against white background. Black text against white background. Two-dimensional images of people like on TV or movies. The limitation on character usage.
Tag it. Joe had a vision on that. I'll give the exclusive to my buddy Bear.
Stratifies things down to where the only thing that's visible is the grossest details.
That is on 2D people.
Is because it is only the language of the NPC that we can activate.
Hey. You, my fine friend, they'll shut us down. The yellow bar will come up. Later on, man.
Jumping out and identifying.
Whenever you're ready to hang, we'll hang.
This is who I am. This is what I stand
Let me
for.
give you my schedule for the week. It's not very busy.
We're about ascension. We're about,
Let me get my book. Hang on.
Anti-SJW, real meat
Turn off
potatoes,
jackass.
men's rights, political agendas. We're about acceptance of all people and the anti-Trump. Hate the deplorables, you'll love me. Alex Jones is a shill. I'll tell you the truth about Alex Jones that they're scared to tell you on the other channels because they just want a piece of that pie.
Alright, for real. A few days is going to carry me into what I believe is the day Friday. Now, sometimes people call me last minute, but currently at this point, we could do our thing on Friday. I'm just busy at 3 o'clock for a half hour, 45 minutes, and I'm not working Saturday or Sunday. And Sunday is Veterans Day, and that might be a nice day for us considering your background. I mean, it depends however you feel about that. And then we roll into the next week. So like I said, that week of November the 12th, with the appointments I already have, I wouldn't be available on Wednesday the 14th or Thursday the 15th. And I have, clients that I see for a few hours that day, but yeah, we can work out whatever. Now, if you wake up in the middle of the night and you're bored there, I'll be over at YouTube, and you'll easily be able to follow along. These are all companion pieces in a case I represent myself pro se. Alright, groovy. I'll keep that open with intent, and that's cool. Hey, where'd Big Mouth go?
No.
Come on.
I won't do it.
You will. You'll do it.
I'm workshopped. I can't be totally honest with you.
You want to do it so bad.
I believe in my Linda Moulton Howe impersonation.
Do it. Come on, do it.
I'm workshopping it though. It's not ready. I'm still with the I'm still with the note cards in front of the mirror. You know what I mean? Trying on various different
The
glasses.
script?
You know what I mean?
Tag it. He knows we're here. He knows about the glasses. See, the network always knows.
Next time.
Prayers for
Maybe
tomorrow.
Patreon only. Maybe I'll do a Patreon.
Prayers for tomorrow is legal issue. Man, for me. I'll put my focus and intent on that, absolutely. That prayerful meditative walk we take tomorrow.
Greg Reedsey asks, no, see, it's like I've got the inflection, I've got the halting speech. The news out of Alberta is exciting. Is it something real? Oh, done. Boom.
Maybe he's looking into the crystal ball and seeing the future, you think?
You know what I mean? Just call me Tina Turner because I'm a private dancer. You know what I mean?
No!
I'm
God, no.
Someone wanted to buy a wrench and not someplace to put it.
What a nightmare. Hey, Bear. Hey, Bear. You want to hear a good one? Wait. Don't leave for 5 seconds. Come on, let me tell you something. Please. Please stay. For just 30 seconds. His appendage, aka his schlong, he claims to be 44.4 inches long. Now, here's what I said to my friend earlier tonight, a woman. I said, now, if it was that long, wouldn't it be dragging the ground? And where would he tag and tuck and tape it? But look, have a great night, Medicine Bear, have a great night. And we'll talk soon. 44-inch long, fucking whatever. Okay.
Didn't look at, but it's pretty good. I could do Corey Good. Oh, here's my invitation of Corey Good ordering what do they call it? The Happy Waitress, which is the at a diner, which is Happy Waitress. I don't know if this is a Jersey thing or if this is around the world. It's grilled cheese, tomato, and bacon.
I've never been to Jersey. Never been anywhere, really.
Okay.
I swear.
This is Corey Good ordering the Happy Waitress.
The Happy Waitress.
Happy.
Fucking blow me sideways.
TikTok, whatever.
Keep talking shit, fool. I'm on ya.
I would like to order the Happy Waitress,
Oh, shit.
the open-faced grilled cheese with tomato and bacon, with the side of fries. What would have perfected that is if I had David Wilcock prompt him, like it would be something like this. Yeah, I would definitely like the vegan burger. I don't eat meat. I like high vibration food, but I'm a man of the people, so I'm here in the diner. Corey, you were telling me before that you were thinking about ordering something too. Well, what were you thinking about ordering? The Happy Waitress? Wow, you know, I'm sitting here, my mind is blown.
I love this song.
That is exactly what many of the other people that I've spoken to who were also talking about the
Just for a minute.
space program ordered as well. Is that because they would usually serve that on the ships? Is that the kind of food or cuisine that you would be, I don't know, exposed to? Yeah. Food there was very similar to the food that you would have down here on the surface. Like the Happy Waitress.
Hey. That beat reminds me of the part in the movie, shut up, Chanter. The movie How High. You know, they had to smoke their friend in order to pass the SATs. You know, this is a story where these hardcore brothers go to the foo-foo college with all the preppy white people, right? And they gotta take this test, man. And so the one turns on music like that, and he, you know, puts the speaker right up to his head, and it starts with that boom, 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 boom. And, you know, he's back and forth. It's Redman, if anybody knows this culture, so it's Redman, and he's a pretty cool guy. And, you know, he's blowing it in the other dude's face, saying, "Wake up, man, we gotta go to school." Right.
Okay, and yeah, we'll cut to Dave Wilcox just had to go to the bathroom, so now it's Jimmy Tricks is gonna take over. So yeah, probably get a beverage too, right? The secret space program, rocketing around Mars, heavy metal, go belly Tepley.
Tag it. They got me associated with that joint.
We worked it. And what would you drink? On Mars. Could I have a soda? The waitress is like,
He wants Diet
here
Pepsi.
we go. A bunch of crazy nut bars coming out of the contact in the desert. Well, you know.
I wasn't there. I didn't
Tastes
do
all
it.
kinds out
I don't
here
go those
in
places. I didn't do it. I wasn't
But
there.
I guess I'll go get your order, boys.
Get your shit yourself.
Alex Collier was a terrible tipper. And scene. Okay, folks, so there you go. That's it.
Are we getting off the
Wrapping
phone?
it up.
Cool.
Oh, there you go. How are you liking the show so far? Did you enjoy tonight's program? Did you have a hell of a time? Did you have a heck of a time? Believe it. Believe it.
I don't believe nothing you say. Pain in my ass.
There you go. French fried potatoes. What was my David Wilcox dangerously close to the swing blade?
When he says he's got to go, it's another half hour.
Yep, there you go. All right, good night. You know what I mean? It's funny. It's at the Laugh Factory tonight. You know, at Super. I don't know. This is like the intergalactic Orion Council version of Bananas, right? On the side of Route 4.
He hasn't met the commandant.
The comedy show. Stay tuned, folks. The 7 o'clock is totally different than the 4:30. But watch out! Don't bring the kids. It gets a little blue. Hope you had a wonderful time.
Hey, I hope you sleep well. We'll be live streaming you all night.
Oh my God!
Get a rest.
Great. It must be a Jersey thing. Keep it to yourself, Canada. Anyway, love y'all, love y'all, love
Tag
y'all,
Canada.
love y'all, love y'all. I put the email in the live chat. Anyone wants to reach out to me and talk to me, very fascinating people are feeling that interesting conversations will take place. One last question before I go. I was contacted by an individual. People don't know. The Proud Boys have been kicked off of social media. Twitter and Facebook.
Who are they?
Places.
Give
Would
it up.
you be interested in me interviewing someone from Proud Boys? A Proud Boy? Or do you think that would be a mistake?
I don't know him there.
Don't tell me. If you know me on social media, DM me on Twitter, DM me on Skype or whatever, and let me know. Let me know if you think that would be something interesting to talk about. CW Fixes Clock looks like I missed the show. But that's okay, my friend, that upside down head, because you can just watch it on repeat. There you go. No, I can't score Gavin, but we might be able to score somebody else. I'd be interested to know what people's ideas are about that. I'd be interested to know what people's ideas are about that. Just floating that idea and suggestion out there. I don't know how I feel about it. I don't know if it's asking for trouble. Okay, there you go. I don't know if it's asking for trouble. Part of me talking about free speech and free speech advocacy. There's, yeah, I might reach out to the guy. I might reach out to the guy because I think it's interesting and an interesting conversation could be had. It could happen. But then again, I don't want to get my channel dinged. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna reach out. I'm gonna reach out and see what's going on out there. Yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. You know what? Yeah. Okay, there you go. You make the there you go. Jeez. Okay. So there you go. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get a concert of opinions. We'll get thoughts and ideas.
Tag a
People that
concert.
I'm tight with, and know how to contact me on DM. So let me know what you think. Those guys' opinions would matter to me the most. Only so far. It's not in a circle. It's not in a club. You get to know me. I get to know you, and I get to understand how to value people's opinions and their feedback. Okay. Anyway, in the meantime, it's 12:10. I'm already
You
10
gotta
minutes
go.
over, and tomorrow's going to be another early day for me. So I got God bless you. God bless you. May everything smile upon you. May everything be wonderful in your life. May everything be amazing. I love you. I love you. I love you from the bottom of my heart. I truly do. By watching me, by tuning in, by letting these things happen, by letting these things happen with you, by thinking about it, by talking to your screen, you make it happen. I exist in your universe only because you chose to tune into me and to
No,
listen to this
you chose to
broadcast and to
destroy
take it in.
me.
Hope I didn't offend. And if
Unfortunately.
I did offend, I hope I offended you in the best ways possible. Hope I helped you think. Not that I'm some super amazing guy, but I hope that my random rants of me, something of value came out, something resonated, something that made you think, something that provoked you in the best of all possible ways. And like I said, I love you, I love you, I love you. It might be a crazy thing to suggest. I might be crazy for believing it, but believe it, I do. It's not just something I say for promotional reasons. It's not something I say just to be cute. I say it because God's honest truth, God is honest truth. It truly, 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 truly is real for me. I
Which
love
one of
it.
you?
I
You're
really do.
psycho.
If no one told you that they loved you today,
Oh, Lord
guess
have
what?
mercy. Please don't tell
Someone
us
did.
no more. Okay, so we're just going to shut them up, and I'm going to look over this live stream. I had started this earlier. I like to document these, not because they interest me. Oh, no. No, don't be even trying to pull that. All right. I do it because him and his little goonies have figured out how to remove the chat. And when I bring it up, they always have to put it back up. But I like to see what they said at the time because they can also change the dialogue. And yes, I've witnessed this with my own eyes. I have brought it to video on camera and talked about it. So I don't know how they do what they do. I just know they do. And that's why I know they're involved in the hacking of my computer that connects back to 2016 with jackasses that were connected with the Conscious Consumer Network and people like this that are hitting the wall now. Alright. I always like to see Cliff High in Chanter's chats. He keeps things clean. He keeps them thinking. He keeps them on their toes. He's not up their ass. And so, his first comment, I mean, is classic. It says, so, Teresa snookered Joe and CW. That'd be Joe from the Carolinas. And we're talking about Teresa Llaneros, which is the gal that said publicly that she didn't mean to steal that person's intellectual property. She's sorry. Okay. We should all know what that means. But what I really like that Cliff says is that exercise will clear that right up. Now, Crystal ASMR, I really appreciate her because she's not up Chanter's ass. She's just there to see what it's really all about behind the scenes. And, she likes to play. So, I'm gonna have to say this one, Crystal. I'm CW's Teresa Llaneros. Breaking newscast, LOL. I know you are, sister. I know exactly what's happening. Alright. Breach123 says, at Crystal. poor Teresa. Damage control, maybe. Don't feel sorry for that little 31-year-old girl. I mean, she's a spoiled brat. Went to college, did the dance, got out, wanted to make her career move, and she didn't care what she'd do. She's a sellout. She even said the way she met David Wilcock was at a party and some beer, and somebody handed somebody something on paper. I mean, it's all in the evidence. She said it with her own big mouth. All right. Robert Elveder wants somebody to cool their jets. That's important because he's a moderator. He has a wrench. Ronnie says, I think Teresa is faking at Cliff High. Tag it. Teresa is faking, Ronnie. And Cliff High knows. It's kind of fun, isn't it? All right. And Terry says, at Crystal ASMR, you are. I mean, she's funny. You are on, sister. Okay. She says, this is Crystal again. Well, I think it's a good move to increase her numbers. It's a weekly radio show. Okay. Now, Affluent for You wants to know if that means that they're getting more nipples out of the deal. Now, this is a big deal, and I exposed it in the live stream last night. We got a deal going on where 3 men want to put on headphones on their ears and moderate what they're hearing in the big movie Above Majestic. And that's no more a movie than The Man on the Moon. But we'll just let you guys have enough rope, and we'll keep playing, and I'll drop little hints along the way. Alright. Crystal MR is absolutely right. And she got a wrench, which means she's got power. And I know why she did. So she says, at Terry P, I think CW should start paying me. Okay. Breach123 says at Crystal, Jimmy's not pressing her on her TM involvement. There'd be trademark involvement. And we're not talking about trademarks. Trademarks are for people that have money and have legal staffs. Like lawyers that would set it up for them. Kind of like, it's a different rung on the pyramid from hell. But what we're talking about is intellectual property and Creative Commons. So, we know that behind the story, the trademark throws people off. And I want anybody to remember this the best they can. This SBA, Spear Being Alliance, how do you think the Small Business Administration feels about the Spear Being Alliance saying those are their letters? I'm just asking. Being in small business so long, I know all about the SBA. And they're bought and paid for too. No different than Spear Being Alliance. Alright. This little old lady says, yo, CW, someone is saying you are this. Justin M. Gilman, Esquire, or SESQ, whatever that means, guy from Gilman and Gilman. Is that true? Bless your heart, little old lady. Let me tell you a story. Now, this is all I know. Okay. CW's mom and dad ran a law firm, but when CW got out of college, he didn't work for them, which probably goes back to them institutionalizing him and him having to see a psychologist. Oops, sorry, didn't mean to hit the phone. CW thinks I'm shaky-handed. He doesn't know I have a camera on a bouncy cord. Isn't that funny? Anyhow, the point is one night, Chanter, in a fit of rage, cursed both of his elderly living parents and said it'd be easier on him if they were dead. Okay, now, in the meantime, Chanter tells his friends a story, and it goes like this, is that Chanter was so upset with his dad for suing the people that fired CW, because everybody wants to know, where was CW a lawyer? It's the burning and question inquiring minds want to know. I mean, he works in some little office that looks like his basement. What do we know? He doesn't answer the phone, blah, 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 may I help you? I mean, like a real person, you know? Nobody calls him, except for his wife, who says, get the fuck home. What are you doing cackling with all these bitches? Okay. So, this Gilman and Gilman is very possibly the law firm that Chanter was let go from, fired, whatever. Now, his dad sued them multiple times and lost. That embarrassed the hell out of C.W. Chanter, that his old man was trying to intervene, because I'm sure that Chanter knew he was guilty, and then his dad would find out. But that's all I know, little old lady. So, let me know how that progresses. Okay, now, Crystal ASMR gives us the TV guide for the week. I love the TV guide. I miss the TV guide. I want to know what's going on. I want to see it across the board. So, tomorrow we have David Wilcock live on Jimmy Church. Let me say that along with everybody else Chanter talks about, that theoretically you have to be in with before you know what's up. That's an absolute inversion of the truth. I have never been interested in Jimmy Church or any of these other people. They're co-opted and they're controlled. And I'm sorry if that hurts anybody's feelings that likes to get argumentative. Okay. Pyramid 7 says they've never attended one of these parties. See, here's something else everybody needs to wrap their mind around. I'm trying to help people, even though they don't want me to. I've known and been involved with this advanced technology that's obviously two-way video communication, no doubt. But here's the kicker. Like when I'm busting Chanter's chops, there's a network that picks it up. And even though you want to call me shadow banned because nobody knows about me, it's really a protective hub. And they show the evidence because I represent myself pro se. Because the system's rigged. So, all I'm saying, I lost my train. Hang on, let me get back on. Oh, parties. Partays. Partays! It's a partay. Well, see, what they've been doing is having third-party experts, whether they're scientists, psychologists, remote viewers, what the hell do I know? Nobody tells me nothing. But I know what's going on because I'm at the center of it and watching from the periphery. And this is why Chanter hates me and thought I was boogie boogie or a data hacker. And invert that. They stole my data. Get it? Okay, and they knew that I was true. And they didn't like it because it fucked up their game. And, you know, Chanter, since he runs a community, see, all these people are falling off because he's getting them. Ironic, isn't it? So, it is a party, especially when you have third-party, non-judgmental people looking with either myself or Sir Chanelot. See, that's fair. That is what I was promised on 9/1/2014 during the phenomena. That the battle between The forces of darkness and light must play fair, must be equalized. This is what they told me. And when they say they, I can tell you who they is this time. It's a neighbor of mine. His name is Robert, not Bob, which is not his real last name. And the night of the phenomena, and he manages the Little Caesars next door. You know, that got set fire to. At the same time, Church Street was getting set fire to when the Hair Emporium was under attack and the house was under attack. And you know what the firemen told us? That they're just going to let it burn down. Don't worry about it. We put a camera on them and poof, what do you know? Water hoses got turned on. Pissed me off. Okay. But anyhow, lost my train again, went too far down the road. Got other things on my mind. Let me look at the chat. Jackasses, shilled, Soros paid, pre-planned destruction, satellite networks manipulating the news. Yeah, it all rings a bell. Okay. Terry doesn't trust Teresa at all. She is a smooth talker, very intelligent, but I'm sure she has a hidden agenda, much like the whole Corey Good, David Wilcock group. You damn well better tag it, that's the truth. Because Corey Good and David Wilcox will also be found that they're involved in this same material that was hijacked, that I gave freely. But see, when you give it freely, that doesn't mean that you fucking rape it and shit all over it and claim it as your own and start making money on it, now does it? That's the point to take away. Alright. Breach has got a hashtag called NeverTap. I'm not even saying it, Arbed, because I don't agree. Alright. All this UFO stuff is a direct attack. This stuff is CIA, pure evil, and PSYOP. Hey, DeReal. For real, you need to realize that unidentified flying objects are something that was developed after World War II. Each country got a different shape flying object that they were allowed to fly around in. Now, in the meantime, we've got some off-planet family. And obviously they had technology like that, and I don't think they were very happy. Let's say if you're whoever you are and you fly around in a circle thing, and then some jackasses on a different dimension, or say right here on the Earth, fly around in their round thing and blow shit up, and then they blame it on the family that's not here on the planet that cruises around in a round thing. It's pretty heavy shit. Okay. Crystal ASMR says, at Terry P, I disagree on the intelligence point. She talks a lot and says very little LOL. Exactly. That's like last night when someone asked Chanter, was he an experiencer? He brought a story of drunken party night adventures where he saw something gray in the middle of the road and continued to talk about it for 15 minutes and basically just talked shit as usual. Cliff High says judo teaches us well, keep your enemies close. Agreed, Cliff High. And for real, you are, dear man. I'm glad you're in there. And you're tough and you can handle it. Plus, I think you think it's funny. And I've never talked to you, and no, we don't know each other, and you're not my friend on Facebook, but spiritual family doesn't need to go through traditional means, and I have a feeling that you're like some You're like some funny guy uncle or something. I'm not quite sure. But for anybody that doesn't know, Cliff High is a technological genius that developed the web bot. Okay. Breach says, Uneros buried in layers of NDEs. This little 31 girl is buried in layers of near-death experiences? Really? Crystal ASMR says a lot of empty words and demagogic language. I know they shit all over the truth, didn't they, sister? Terry says, I agree at Crystal ASMR, but I think that takes talents and brains to keep it up for long. Bingo. Tag it and hashtag play the game with us. Breach says, Crystal, yes. Daryl comes back and says that's why it's not just about UFOs. This type of blue chicken cult is in many, many forms, and the shadow behind it is what is important to see what we are fighting. Exactly, Daryl. Exactly. I know that there's good people in this chat. Man, 4 months ago, you wouldn't have found intelligent conversation here. But, like I said, I always knew what was going on. Dan Dolson says it, Terry P, different vibe. And Crystal says, just repeat the same blabber. Right. They love the C word. Tag it. Breach says, at Crystal, I am listening now. Right. Some people can actually hear me talking in the pixels. Randy brought that forward. And I knew it was true to begin with, so guess everybody else needs to try to figure it out now. Terry says her tell is not it. Wait. Terry says her tell is her anger, though. She turns pretty quickly and seems to have a caustic tongue. Breach 123 says CW's tired. Give that man a due. Breach, it's Diet Mountain Dew he likes. Don't get it twisted. Terry says that's okay, Dan. One of us will be right. LOL. Crystal ASMR. At Terry P, she doesn't know how to stay in character when confronted. Okay, so Crystal confirms Terry's message. See, because you don't want to get paranoid and think somebody's talking about you. So that little sweet Teresa, little cutie patootie with the fancy fake smile, seems like she drops on a dime and might have the same kind of lack of control over their inner temple. It's okay. Breach 123. I'm about done with Teresa. Good. Terry P says, but she deflects really well. Right. Because she knows it's here. I've already put it on my, shadow banned list of evidence, which is no more shadow banned than the man on the moon. I think they protect me from the jackasses. It's more like that. Turnabout's fair play. Keep it equal. Robert Elder says, keen observance at Crystal ASMR. I agree, Robert. David Buckwalter. I tried to watch the Sue's videos. She was so nutty and I couldn't get what she was saying. Well, David, that's because you're a schmuck. But you're trying to keep the old story up that I'm nutty. Just because you're a moron doesn't mean that I'm not intelligent and truthful and honest. So fucking blow me sideways. Crystal ASMR says I'm studying about true wisdom. I'm trying to be away from empty words. The wise speak little and say a lot. Breach 123. She should come here. She just signed off. Thursday is a big disclosure on F2B. That would be Fade to Black from Teresa. Oh, good. More for the TV guide. Now, you see, I've already been given the down low on that by a trusted source that gave me the heads up about Thursday. So now we're going to tag that. That source knows who they are. It's a dear friend of mine, a spiritual brother that I love. So, now I have a piece of the puzzle because I already knew Thursday was going to be a big day. But it's not because this little ding-dong is going to bring anything important. Oh no, it's going to be something much more entertaining. Little old lady says, yo, CW, someone's saying you're just, oh, we already did that. Are you repeating yourself, little old lady? Sup guys says, Jasmine's been watching vids where peeps are putting their DNA results in DNA land and getting closer results to family lore. Italians who were showing their Spanish once again become more Italian. That's because we're all cookie babies. Maybe that's another way that they tampered with us. Durrell says the metacult that Corey Good is using, he made it about chickens, but the subject is immaterial. It's the global pattern. Tag it. Terry tells that little old lady to use all caps, and CW will see her petition to him since he runs the community on YouTube. Breach says at Crystal, someone called her a chameleon. David Buckwalter says Disney going to finish Corey anyway. Breach says, oh, David, I hope so. Robert Elder says, please put questions to Chanter in all caps. Now here comes little old lady asking her question about the Gilman and Gilman firm and asked him, is it true? I didn't hear him just address the little old lady. Crystal laughs. Breach 123 says at Crystal, Teresa already doing drops for Jimmy Church. Right. Robert says no at little old lady, which has really nothing to do with Breach, I'm just saying. David Buckwalter says CW has his own shingle. He doesn't have partners. So what David's saying is CW has his own practice. He does not have any partners. Well, he was never a partner of Gilman and Gilman. He was let go or fired from Gilman and Gilman. And his old man sued whomever may be Gilman and Gilman. So I hope that answers everybody's question. Eric N says Chanter's name isn't Justin. No, it's not. It's Benjamin. Sup, guys? Retracts their message because he knows. Breach says happy days. Dan Dolson says guns. Hey, Dan. Don't ever try to think that we don't have the right to bear arms if we're mentally stable. Anyone that's a thug, in a gang, or is retarded has no business with a toy like a gun, now do they? You can't treat everybody equal because everybody's not equally using their intelligence. We all have equal potential though. Some of us are too damn lazy. Eric N says, seriously though, Church goes from Rappaport to Uneros. What a huge downgrade. Chris Jones says, good's a distraction. Mario Heath says, sanctions are coming. Oh, Dan Dolson wants to bring up their voting on weed tomorrow. Hey, Dan Dolson, do you know that the Nazi company Bayer, aka Monsanto, wants to make GMO weed that will actually make people sick? Don't ask me if I'm voting, because I'm not. Daryl says, thank you, Chris Jones. Breach. Man, why do you jump the chat on me? That always gets me upset. Ed says CW fixed his clock. That's why Ed's late, because he didn't. David loves somebody and thanks for lifting his spirits. I think you just got an energy loose, David Buckwalter. I think you sucked the life out of intelligent conversation and people. Seagraw says, CW Chanter, your Wilcock could be the base for a decent walk-in. Remember, everybody, David Wilcox will be on Fade to Black tomorrow. Somebody said he looks like he's got a plastic face and a different hairline now. You know, as a hairdresser, I could pop over there and check it out, but I already know all the tricks, so don't ask me to waste my time. Love you. Cheers. I need some tea, man. Alright. We gotta do another show. It's 11:45. I start after midnight. Do. Great show. GR8. Rames had a good time. And he's that octopus. You know about the octopus that sucks the life out of the globe? Rames connects to some dirty deals done dirt cheap. You can see it in my last live stream. It's on my YouTube channel. It's also on Facebook. Enjoy it. CW, yeah. Who's this Gary McDo? Oh, wait. Gavin McDouchey. Mario says he's angry. I think Mario's angry. Breach doesn't know who that is. Solar Marshall says the knockout guy. Tag it. David Buckwalter. Oh, he'd be interested. Sure he would. Solar Marshall says, why not, man? Do it. Gata says, you make them look cute. Yeah, they make these really nasty commercials behind, you know, they hide them and they belittle people, and I'm sure they've done it to me. You people are fools. Alright. David really loves this show. Solar Marshall loves his show. Thomas says turn on the love light. Okay, we did it. I'm just scrolling back up since they like to kick it around on me. Solar Marshall said something about Corey Good, Randy Kramer, a.k.a. Captain K, and all those guys are such frauds. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. Most people are frauds and they don't even know it. Oh, now this person, no fixed path, claims that Corey has an adrenochrome addiction. That's serious words. You got proof? You got evidence? Because everybody knows what adrenochrome is. And that's very slanderous. And no matter if you like somebody or not, you don't spellcast like that. Enter Emery to cut the grilled cheese and talk about it forever. Right. All you schmucks talk about is buttholes and schlongs. 44.4 inches, my ass. Chanter's member is probably 4.4. Because like we discussed, 6.5 is average, and he is surely below average. Ew. Will you cut my fries for me? Corey Blade. Right, they try to push things to get them trending and to draw views. He'll have the peanut butter and jelly with the crust removed. You know, I never ate a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in my life, Robert Elder. Just peanut butter. One piece of bread, peanut butter on top of it. Replicators, blue avians. Blow me sideways, you goofballs. David PBC Events, shout out to Mr. E for exposing the trannies on TV and movies. There's been boys in dresses since Pimpin' been Pimpin'. I don't know what this has to do with this chat.
That's nice.
Seagraw says, CW Chanter, remember Linda Morton Howe has gravel in her voice. CIA women look like trannies. Really, David? What do you look like? You know, when I first spoke online, I want to bring this up because it connects to this bogus, low-level coded message. The first video I did, a troll came and said that I must be a boy dressed up like a girl because my voice is too low to be a woman's. Tag it. No fixed path is going to be torn if Chanter streams at the same time as Defango. Hey, David is really important. He had an ex-CIA agent try to connect today, and he won't do it. Oh, then why are you here looking ass in this live stream? Tina is turning 80. I assume you mean Tina Turner. Well, hi, Kathy. I'm getting ready to be done with this stream, but if you're interested in the big action and you're going to be up tonight, I will be going live on YouTube. You know, YouTube's free. You just go over there, you know? The name of my YouTube channel is Sophia's Emporium. And my ass will go live, and I'll bring all sorts of fun action. We're just closing this one out, documenting evidence, and going over the live stream chat, and I'm connecting dots. David says again, Patreon gets magic tricks and Linda Moulton Howe. You are too kind, CW. Rob wants to buy a blue wrench. Hey, Chanter will probably suck your whatever you want for $5. Or if you prove that you're superior to him, he'll do it for free. Hey, Deborah can't stop laughing. Hashtag for recovery relief. This was supposed to be a primary commentary. Whatever. Sasquatches are aliens is what this master of bullshit is saying. Breach 123 says paranormal date, psychic Sasquatch. I think Sasquatch is big boots. You know what big feet mean, don't you?
Mm-hmm.
That's why Chanter wants to go up against him with his 44.4-inch long, you know. Jeanette likes beef jerky. Yeah, I'm done.
Mm-hmm.
Got through it. Yippee-yi-yo. 11:50 p.m. And amazingly enough, nobody hacked in tonight, knock on wood. So, with that, I'm going to say thank you very much. Be safe tomorrow. Might be more dangerous than you think. Peace, love, and light from the Big Yellow House on the Third Cosmic Ray. And always remember, my name is not Pratt. Pratt means trickster. I'm Suze. Peace out.